What's up, guys? Mike in the building. Hey, I hope you guys had a great day. I know I personally had some fun. Get it? That's funny. No, guys, smash the thumbs up too, please. I don't do that or ask a lot of that, but please smash the thumbs up. Drop a comment. Do something interactive. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm gonna dive into fun on the book, guys. This is a 300 plus percent runner. Okay. Um, and guys, if you guys don't use the book, it is an amazing visualization. I can't tell you enough, right? It's very important though, when you do utilize this, that you have confluence of what daily you're trading with, which structure are you utilizing, and how you want to see that price being auctioned on this order book, and see the heat maps and the visualization of it, volume dots and things like that, right? That's key, right? Don't get too caught up of maybe like zooming into something and be like, oh, looks good, right? This looks good like this, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, when you step out of this, you might be playing something that high day, something that already gapped up 300%, and now you're looking for more out of it. So the context is very, very important when you're utilizing the book, right? But when you start developing your playbook and you start utilizing this more and more, and you add it in to your arsenal and your toolbox, it's a phenomenal thing. Okay, fun again. In pre-market, I went over this with the room, with the underdogs, and you know, immediately as soon as it started hitting pre-market scans, it was like up 70% ish. Something like that. Immediately draw out supply zones. Okay, I had this area here for a window gap because in pre-market this thing was trading inside that window gap. That's very, very important. And then from there on out, I went ahead and threw out all these other supply zones. Okay, this daily is great. I love these sideways consolidations. Small little window gap, cool, and another sideways consolidation on here, and then followed again by another sideways consolidation. So when things start to gap up in these particular dailies, to me, especially with tons of examples and things that I trade that I look for, right? Stick to your playbook, right? If you stick to your playbook, you're going to start to understand the whys and the why nots. Why did this work, and why not, right? Why did it work? Okay, super, super important and key. All right. After these sideways consolidations on fun, once it broke through these levels, it pretty much had open space to 20s, and once these 22s really blasted through, it had a lot of open space up to 27. Okay, and after that, continue on to go higher and higher through 30s, 38s, 42s to 44s. Now, again, these are my zones. This is the way I draw them. Other people can look at this, and you're going to have a different way of doing it, and that's totally fine. The importance of marking out your levels and being prepared is just to see how the level 2 for some people who don't have the book, and then for people like me and a lot of people in the room who do utilize the book, that you're going to see how the price is being auctioned into those certain supply and demand zones. Are they breaking down, or are they consolidating? Okay, this is a big float. Okay, it reminds me of CRGE that we had. Okay, this is another big float. All right, nice sideways consolidation on the daily right here, and then it went to go retest some more sideways before this. A little bit different, but more importantly, it's just a lot of sideways consolidation. So can we reclaim at least the sideways consolidation? And then if you have your levels and zones marked out, you'll be able to see how they are reacting on the book, or simply your level 2 if you keep using that, which is totally 100% fine, right? Level 2 is cool. All right. Okay. Couple things that are super important. This is that window gap in the morning. Okay. So this is a beautiful name because it did gap up a lot, and I think that's what throws a lot of people off. But it gapped up above structure. It's not like a name. What was that? Okay, cool. Elab, right? Oh. Elab, right? We're not. The move didn't already happen. It didn't already fill this huge entire gap. It opens up, consolidates. All right, and now it's opening up underneath the pre-market structure, so it's underwater. In order for this to be, to me, to be extremely strong, I want to start seeing some levels reclaim like 380s. All right, and if it's even stronger, look for highs to reclaim, maybe pop up base or even base 380 setup, and then continue to put in some higher lows or some type of bullish setup rather than being underwater. And then again, I talk about a lot of things in the room too in study sessions when I go over open market volume. Or you have all this volume pumping through this, and there's no follow through. This is where these are potential areas where people are selling into MMs, algo, whatever you want to. People shorting, okay. Maybe because there's people playing this off this previous zone right here off 310s and now they're taking profits. So there's a lot of things that can be happening right there, right? Tons and tons of things, right? So when open market comes to these and it doesn't work, it's a big sign to say, hey, maybe I should be not playing this long. Why am I playing a name that's up 100 and some percent based off structure? So FUN, let's dive into some more FUN. You know, this is opening up above structure. We're above the window gap. We got a pre-market high test right here, a little print right here at 14 cents. So this thing right here pulls back. Let me get the one. It's so funny too. These things, they trades, 1.6 million and then dumps with an 8 million offer, and after hours gives back the whole move. Gotta love small caps, or I guess pennies too. Okay, so you got this huge sideways consolidation for about 45 minutes. Pretty much, a little bit under an hour of consolidation above this window gap. It doesn't break down, it doesn't get heavy, but what's really cool is that you can see how they're controlling this, okay? Right? So talk about a lot of seller absorption, right, in a lot of my videos. This is buyers getting absorbed or removing the liquidity off the book, and then the stock is not getting heavy, okay? Now, the best thing with the book, guys, remember, is that you guys can zoom in and out and try to get a clear picture of how they're auctioning the price, okay? This does not get heavy, and offers do not come in piling right after this move, okay? Daily wise too, it still had tons of more range if it was going to crank, and this thing had tons and tons of volume. All right, and now you're going to start seeing, once this thing starts to open up and reclaim a certain supply zone. So now we're consolidating above this supply zone. That's cool. Then a whole new set of bidders come in, right? Not just, any type of bidders. Yeah, granted it's 17 cents, but we got a million over here, half mil over here, half mil over here, half, and then another half. So, we got 1, 2, 3, we got 4 million worth of bids on the current order book. That is great, okay? Not only that, you're going to start seeing some offers being, you're going to start seeing some liquidity being pulled, right? Okay. This is a nice little trap setup to me that I've been tracking, okay? So this is very, very interesting, very, very cool to keep learning. Then you're going to start seeing some control. And again, these are when these bidders come in on FUN. This offsets the book, in my opinion, right? And for smallies, with things not breaking down, if you got some huge bidders, remember to, make sure you're not getting too stuck in the moment. Oh, there's a big offer right here. Buyer came here, sweep the liquidity off the book. Now we got a little bidder right here. What's going on? Potentially, maybe this offer scared you. Or maybe you're looking at level 2, a big thing came in here, you sold your whole position, and now you just watch it dip and then rip. Okay? Remember to zoom in and out of the book. All right? As far as levels go, okay, I want to show another really good area that I thought was a really great ad, and it's just right here. Okay? You're going to see these front runners are still on the book, and now there's more of them piling in. Okay? You can see it right here on the current order book. This is a great seller absorption right here with no follow through. All right. Now you're going to start seeing control. All right. What I mean by control is when they put in some offers, right, on the book to control price action, right? And then you're going to start seeing them being removed and then being retested. Okay. So this is a previous area of interest. Does not break down and get super heavy. It starts to consolidate more and start to break out again. Okay. Another great area were these 30 ads right here. Okay, this is specifically where I added. Okay, why did I add right here too at 30s? To me, this is a huge area of interest. 30 cents is a previous area of interest. There's a lot of games or maybe manipulation going on right here in this area, so this is an important one to me. right? Why is it important to me is because I can see how a buyer comes in, sweeps liquidity, they put up a bid and then they pull the bid, consolidates for a little bit and dumps again. An immediate 30-cent offer comes in on the book, okay? 30-cent offer comes in on the book. They start to pull the liquidity as price action starts to push back towards that. All right, super, super important. Consolidates again, pulls back, puts in some higher lows. Okay, finally breaks through that. And now to me, this is a previous area of interest, a strong one. And I see sellers get absorbed. Sellers get absorbed. There's no follow through, and the book's not getting heavy. Or I don't see like some heavy offers coming in on this one. Okay, zone wise too, don't forget to throw your zones out. All right. This one was phenomenal. If you drew out your zones and you kind of see how things are trading, why things are trading, this thing was pretty strong. All right. And then it's also important to understand that, yes, this thing is strong. Look at the end result. All right. They had an offer in its back pocket. They were waiting. They finally dropped it, and then kaboom. I mean, this is, insane, right? You got 1, 2 candles that just give back the whole entire move that it pretty much took 4, 5, 6 hours of straight grinding. 2 candles, 1 offering, right back down to where it started. All right. That's pretty much all I got, guys. Again, super focused on locking in and understanding the whys. If you don't understand the whys, for people who scalp a lot, I did it too a lot back in the day. But if you want to understand which ones are better to hold and which ones are not, there's a lot of work that has to get put into it, right? Tons of grinding, hustling, and then more importantly, executing. I mean, I even got it on the wall now, right? Hustle, grind, execute. It's a thing, right? It's a lifestyle, right? So if you really want this bad, dig deep, keep grinding. All right. Find a community who's on the similar path with you. And but more importantly, you got to grind on your own. You really got to learn, fail, right? Take the risk, right? And what I mean by risk is doesn't mean you have to like go, use your whole account, right? Or do anything like that. But you got to execute. If you're not executing and getting that and understanding why you're executing, potential price targets are super, super important, right? And then level, watching, okay, understanding level 2 for people who don't got the book. If you got the book, you'll be able to see visually of how they're auctioning the price. I think that is vital, so vital to me, and I love the book, So continue to grow, do whatever works for you, right? I'm not saying my methods can work for you, right? Because you're not inside my head and actually putting in all that work that I am doing, right? Everyone puts in their work their own way, super cool. So, right, that I can't go to you and say, hey, you know, um, you're super successful, but I don't think your method's crazy, right? No, that's wrong. All right, whatever works for you, keep grinding that way, keep understanding it, and keep doing it, and keep plugging away. All right, guys, super excited for pennies to come back, right? They're separate, type of for the book, right? They're their separate type of category. If you try, this is important, if you try to, trade low floats the same way you're trading a penny, it's not going to be the same, okay? If you're trading these mid floats like a penny, it's not going to be the same, right? These are 2 examples of big floats with, millions and millions, and in fact, hundreds of millions of volume to them. They're going to trade differently than one that may be traded with 60, 70 mil for the day, 50 mil. And, maybe their float's 30, 25. Maybe it's a low float penny. All right, so it's super important to understand. All right, keep grinding, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out, Mikey.